Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd. The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From the Grenadian capital, this is Network News for Thursday, March 13, 2025. In the headlines, members of the Senate to debate the 2025 $1.9 billion budget from Tuesday, March 18. MP Ron Redhead calls on Dr. Keith Mitchell to apologize to Parliament. Newly elected Public Workers Union President Daisy Hazard speaks of plans for the PWU membership. Also in the news regionally, Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley weighs in on U.S. stance on Cuban medical professionals' debacle. Internationally, Donald Trump vows U.S. will seize control of Panama Canal, alleging treaty breach. Plus, in the sports news, GCA launches Club T20 tournament, while GCIC to bowl off inter-sector cricket from next Monday. Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. We are reporting the day's news.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. Members of the Senate will debate the 2025 $1.9 billion budget from Tuesday, March 18, and not from Thursday, March 20, as initially scheduled. The change was announced in a notice from the Clerk of Parliament to media houses. It's not clear why the date has been changed or why the Senate will not meet on consecutive days. The debate will begin with Senator Adrian Thomas, the leader of government business, presenting the $1.9 billion budget as a motion, during which he will explain the various government initiatives and the fiscal position of the country. After his presentation, the other senators will make their contributions to the debate. The 13-member Senate comprises 7 members representing government interest, 3 representing the opposition, and the remaining 3 representing the business community, the labor movement, and the farming and fishing communities. Well, public policy analyst William Joseph and former President of the Senate Chester Humphrey have shared their views on the debacle which transpired in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Christina John shares their conclusion of Dr. Keith Mitchell's verbal clash with Speaker of the House, Leo Cato.
Former President of the Senate Chester Humphrey has criticized MP for St. George Northwest, Dr. Keith Mitchell, over his recent actions in the House. Humphrey said the rules are clear. When the Speaker stands, all others must sit. He called out Dr. Mitchell's temper, stating that no matter how upset he gets, he must maintain decorum. However, Humphrey also suggested that the Speaker appears to be unfair, describing his handling of Mitchell as that of a lion tamer trying to control him.
Dr. Mitchell's conduct in the House is seriously wanting. The rules are clear, right? And he has to come to the understanding that you don't start a fight that you can't win, right? And if the Speaker asks you to take your seat And if once the speaker stands, anyone else on his feet must sit. This is part of the basic decorum of the House. No matter how peeved you are, you must maintain the decorum of the House and carry yourself in a certain way. And to be fair, Dr. Mitchell has a penchant. He allows himself to get angry. He loses his composure. Obviously, from all appearances, the Speaker is unfair. The Speaker sees himself as a lion tamer, and his role is there to tame Dr. Mitchell. I mean, that is what it appears to be.
William Joseph, public policy analyst, former permanent secretary for the government of Grenada and former director of tourism, also shared his reflections on the fiasco that transpired in Parliament Tuesday during the wrap-up of the 2025 budget debate, which led to the opposition parliamentarians walking out before the conclusion of the session.
There are a couple of things turning on Rule 40, as I understand it, and as I have seen, the text of it. The first thing I would say is that a practice cannot succeed over rule. So it has been a practice of X person wrapping up the debate on the budget. It does not mean if the rule provides otherwise, then that practice cannot take precedence over the rule. So Rule 40 is relatively straightforward in that it says that the Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister, or any minister so designated by the Prime Minister may wrap up the debate. So it means that the Prime Minister himself could wrap it up, and he could do so in two ways. He could do it in the course of his normal or regular contribution, say whatever he wishes to say, or he would come back separately and wrap it up, notwithstanding the presence of the Minister for Finance.
Joseph said there is an unanswered question. Why has Dr. Mitchell not spoken?
Whatever was in the back rooms, the Prime Minister, when he took the floor, intimated that he was going to be prepared to use his prerogative and wrap up the debate. And that is provided for. It is covered under Rule 40. So notwithstanding in the practice, the Prime Minister was saying, listen, on this occasion I'm going to apply the rules and I am going to do the wrapping up. So he's saying that, and he's causing, that announcement has caused problems for Dr. Mitchell, who had not yet spoken. Now the question is why it is that Dr. Mitchell had not yet spoken. Well, he was going to have to answer that. But it seems to me that there was some sort of gamesmanship going on there. People jostling for what, who wants to speak last, and so on and so on. And in that process, I think the plot was, to the extent that it is fair to say that there was a plot, the plot was lost by Dr. Mitchell and his side.
Christina John, GBN News.
The parliamentary walkout by members of the opposition has sparked much debate. Now, MP Ron Redhead is setting the record straight on what really happened. He spoke with GBN's Rena Pett Thomas.
Member of Parliament for St. George North East, Ron Redhead, has addressed the circumstances surrounding the opposition's walkout from Parliament on Tuesday, clarifying that no standing order was breached. He stated that the Speaker of the House acted within his authority by pausing the debate to allow both the Prime Minister and the former opposition leader to speak. Redhead shared his thoughts on the sequence of events during a phone interview.
It became apparent just when Honorable Clarence Millis was wrapping up the debate that the member for St. George Northwest received 2 phone calls and he exited the chambers. After that, was nowhere to be found. The Minister of Finance in his own judgment, attempted to close the debate because nobody else showed that they would come to present or was present to make a presentation. The Speaker, in his deliberate judgment, stopped Minister Cornwall, which he has the right to. There is nothing illegal. There is no procedures that were breached in that manner, and called for recess after the second stoppage, and then proceeded to inform both the Honourable Prime Minister and the member for St. George Northwest. The Prime Minister, Honourable Prime Minister, agreed to make the presentation and come inside the chambers. The member for St. George Northwest did not agree, and this non-agreement was clearly done in the presence of the opposition leader and the other members, opposition members of Parliament.
As the MP for St. George Northeast and PRO for the National Democratic Congress, Redhead is now calling on former opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell to apologize to Parliament, describing his behavior as distasteful.
In addition, the attitude, the arrogance displayed even when the Speaker rose to say cease so that we could quell the situation by the Member of Parliament for St. George Northwest was distasteful. And this thing has to end. Grenada deserves a little more than that. At this stage, 51 years, we really deserve more than that. So as a political organization, and certainly from the standpoint of government members in the Parliament, seeing what transpired, I am totally disappointed with that behavior, but I am going further to call for the former leader of His Majesty's opposition, the Honourable Dr. Keith Mitchell, to apologize for his behavior and lack of decorum, one, and two, if so much concerns are being raised on the outside, call for an investigation so that the findings could be made public as to what transpired and what his comments were when the Speaker engaged him.
The PM further condemned the action of the St. George Northwest representative, stressing that such conduct should not be tolerated in a space meant to serve the people of Grenada.
We need to stop this thing and, bring a certain measure of decorum back to our Parliament and to the politics. Yes, we can disagree on policies, but at the end of the day, we must not seek to destroy the very fabric of our democracy that we are aiming to build for Grenada. Thank you. So the both remaining members to debate, they were given the opportunity. Would they like to debate? One said yes, which was the Honourable Prime Minister. The other said no. And so coming back to the House while the presentation of the Honourable Prime Minister was going on to create the rambling, that was disgusting and distasteful because, as I mentioned, throughout both days, the member for St. George Northwest will come in and just disappear. Nobody knows where he is. Maybe he's there, maybe he's not there. And we can't keep doing things like that. And that is the essence of the concern.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Former President of the Senate, Chester Humphreys, weighing in on the widely circulated, secretly recorded video of opposition MP Kate Lewis-Peters used in her phone in Parliament. His comments come in response to Lewis-Peters' call for an investigation into what she describes as a serious breach of privacy and security in the House of Representatives. Eugenia Peters has the details.
The leaked footage, recorded during the January 28th sitting of the House, shows Lewis-Peters scrolling on her phone with captions suggesting she was engaged in online shopping. The video, which was widely shared, has sparked criticism from both government and opposition members. Sharing his views on the incident, former Senate President Chester Humphreys said Lewis-Peters' rights were violated.
It is a serious breach of privacy to enter the electronic profile of a person or the electronic space of a person without the permission or with the permission of a judge. For the police to take my cell phone, they have to go to a judge and show probable cause.
Humphrey raised concerns over how the footage was captured, revealing that he personally observed an individual in Parliament with a high-powered telescopic camera.
I sat there and saw the guy taking photos, and he had a high-powered telescopic lens. I just assumed maybe he was taking covers for the usual coverage of the Parliament. I am not saying he's the individual, but he is the man that I believe it is reasonable to suspect because the camera he had was not an ordinary phone. And at one time, I missed him. So he went to the back of me, right? I'm not saying I don't have the evidence it's him, but certainly if an inquiry is being made, he will be a person of interest.
Louis Peters has argued that secretly recording a parliamentarian without authorization is a major breach of privacy and sets a dangerous precedent. Humphrey echoed that sentiment, emphasizing that journalists attending Parliament do so at the discretion of the Speaker and should not engage in covert surveillance. However, he also added that MP Kate Louis Peters violated Section 42 of the House Rules, which prohibits members from engaging in activities unrelated to the business of the House.
Section 42 says, a member present in the House during a debate, B, shall not read books, newspapers, letters, or other documents, save such as related to the business before the House. So that's a clear rule that was in breach. But the Speaker cannot consider that. Because when you come to the court, you must come to the court in clean hands. You cannot come to the court and spy on a member of the court.
With questions now swirling about security, media ethics, and parliamentary rules, pressure is mounting for an inquiry. Whether the authorities will act remains to be seen, but for now, there continues to be much debate both inside and outside the House. For GBN News, I am Eugenia Peters.
Network News are live from the Grenadian capital, still to come from us. The 7th annual March 13 lecture to commemorate the March 13 revolution is underway this evening. Stay with us.
Take charge of your financial journey by switching to an Own Your Own loan at Ariza Credit Union. Ariza's Own Your Own loan is as unique as you are because we know one size fits all does not fit you. With Own Your Own loan, you get unmatched benefits including lower interest rates, flexible repayment options, discounted loan and legal fees, and savings from hardware suppliers. Tailor-made options that put you in control. Switch now and step into the life you were always meant to live with Ariza's Own Your Own loan. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future. Call us today at 440-1759 or visit our website at arizacu.com.
Angie, don't you know that you should not fly a kite near electrical poles and wires? You should only fly it in open areas. If the kite gets stuck, it can cause power outages throughout the village.
Then I'll just pull it down, Johnny. Simple?
No. You shouldn't do that. You can get shocked. You should call Grenlec at 237 and they will come and help.
Alright.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this? I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future. It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know. What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. beyond citizenship by investment. We believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Agritech Limited Grenada is your one-stop shop for all your farming needs. We provide seeds and seedlings, pesticides, fertilizers, irrigation and water management systems, veterinary products, and a wide range of agricultural products and implements. Our staff is knowledgeable and ready to serve you. Call us on 435-9677 or 440-4460 or visit us in Happy Hill, St. George. We are open Monday to Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sundays, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. Agritech Limited Grenada. Come grow with us.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Do your dreams seem far away from coming true? The National Lotteries Authority's Lotto Jackpot is $278,000. Fulfilling your plans can be just one ticket away. So play today. Lotto. Play and win a lot of money.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Former police officer in Grenada, Dr. Eric Peters, now a pastor based in Barbados, was among several new diplomatic appointments made by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs during the 2024 fiscal year. There he is. Foreign Affairs Minister Joseph Andel, while contributing to the 2025 budget debate, stated that due to financial limitations, government is opting to appoint honorary consuls. Minister Andal did not provide the names of all honorary consuls, but told the Parliament that they will get things done that will be otherwise left undone, such as representing citizens if they are in difficulties. He said these services are at minimal cost to the government.
Cost to the government and people of Grenada. I am pleased to announce that we have recently appointed Dr. Eric Peters, young gentleman from Guelph, as our honorary consul in Barbados. We have established honorary consulates in Bangkok, Thailand, in Manila, Philippines, and in addition to the non-resident High Commissioner, we also have an honorary consul in Delhi, the Indian capital. We have appointed one in Hanoi, and another Hanoi, Vietnam, and another in Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Minister Andal said the government takes these appointments seriously and in-depth due diligence is always conducted before an appointment.
That digging, Mr. Speaker, is extremely important because we cannot afford to compromise the good name of our country. Gone are the days when all kinds of shady transactions were conducted in the name of the people of Grenada, only for us to be left embarrassed down the road.
The Foreign Affairs Minister also disclosed that Grenada in the last fiscal year appointed a non-resident ambassador to India, and to date he has opened 3 trade offices on behalf of the country. This story to report, newly elected president of Grenada Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, said one of her first priorities is to meet with senior public officers. My colleague Christina John has this report.
Public workers in Grenada on Wednesday elected Daisy Hazard as the new person
All right, we do apologize. We'll return to that story possibly later in the news. In Grenada, March 13 is very significant. You see, it's the anniversary of the 1979 revolution, the 1990 election, which the National Democratic Congress won, and the 2018 election when the new National Party won all 15 seats. However, the date is mostly commemorated for the March 13, 1979 revolution, which established the People's Revolutionary Government under the leadership of Maurice Bishop. The 7th annual March 13 lecture is underway this evening, featuring guest speaker St. Lucian journalist Earl Bousquet and panelists Dr. Linda Sobe, Palestinian ambassador to the Caribbean, and Bernard Bourne, a former diplomat for Grenada. We can tell you too the online discussion organized by the Grenada Revolution Memorial Foundation in collaboration with the March 13 committee, which began at 5:30 this afternoon, features the topic, the Grenada Revolution and International Solidarity, linking the past and the present. As seasonal respiratory illnesses make their rounds in Grenada, health officials remain on high alert amid regional concerns over an unidentified virus. Rena Pett Thomas has been speaking with the Chief Medical Officer.
During this time of year, respiratory illnesses are commonly observed among Grenadians. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles has confirmed that so far none of these infections originated from an unknown source. His statement comes against the backdrop of concerns raised by officials from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, regarding a respiratory illness of unknown origin affecting several people across the region.
We generally see an increase in number of respiratory infections around this time. Now, a number of viruses are in circulation. And in Grenada, we have identified several viruses that are in circulation and that are causing acute respiratory infections. So we've identified influenza A H1N1, we've identified influenza A H3N2, influenza B, respiratory syncytial virus, adenovirus, and parainfluenza virus. Right? These are the pathogens that we have identified that are in circulation and that are causing illnesses right now. Maybe areas or regions in the Caribbean where they have not yet confirmed which of the viruses are in circulation in their territory. But in Grenada, these are the ones that were identified here.
Despite this, he emphasized that health authorities remain vigilant, with the Ministry of Health collecting samples for testing as a precautionary measure.
The Ministry of Health, the surveillance unit in the Ministry of Health, actively monitors on a regular basis the occurrence of communicable diseases in the community. We collect samples. We test for organisms here locally. What we are not able to test for, we send to our reference lab in Trinidad at CARFA for testing.
Dr. Charles is also urging Grenadians to be proactive by getting their flu shots, which are available to everyone free of charge.
In anticipation of the flu season every year, the Ministry of Health brings in or imports the flu vaccine, which we make available to the public at no cost. And the flu vaccine contains the antigens to the influenza viruses that are seen in circulation. So we encourage persons, especially persons who have elevated risk factor. We advise everyone to get their annual flu shot to avoid becoming seriously ill. These shots are offered at all our health facilities at no cost to the public.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Still to come from us, healthcare professionals participate in two-day workshop focused on strengthening emergency response in Grenada's hospitals. We'll talk about that.
Grenada, it's time to feel the adrenaline and crown national champions. The Arise National Championship 2025 is expected to be bigger, faster, and more thrilling than ever. Mark your calendars for March 15th and 16th at the Karani James Athletic Stadium. The nation's best athletes will battle for glory in electrifying races, soaring jumps, and powerful throws. Admission, finish line $30, main stand $20, bleachers $10. Speed, strength, and heart-stopping finishes. It's all happening from 11 a.m. daily. Be there to witness future Grenadian stars. Get your tickets now at Grenadian Optical, Melville Street, St. George, and Spiceland Mall, Grand Anse, and GoToFed.com.
Grenada, the moment you've been waiting for has arrived. The Spice Mass Corporation presents The Unveiling, where elegance meets excitement in a night of beauty, artistry, and anticipation. On March 14th at 8 p.m., the Trade Center Annex transforms into a spectacle of grace and grandeur as 7 remarkable contestants are revealed, each vying for the coveted title of National Carnival Queen 2025. Indulge in an evening of live music, captivating performances, and pure enchantment. Dress to impress. Formal, fiery, bold, fearless. Enjoy complimentary wine on arrival as you immerse yourself in the magic. Tickets are $100, food inclusive. Available now at GoToFed, Grenadian Optical, Town and Grand Anse, and Gittins Pharmacy, Grand Anse. The Unveiling, March 14th at 8 p.m. A night of elegance, a moment in history. Will you be there?
ACB, speed, start, manage, expand. Don't call me small. I'm dreaming big. I'm gonna have it all. ACB, speed, start, manage, expand. Taking on all my competition. Got the whole bank's attention. ACB, best financial solution. My business has a good reputation.
Ready for success? Call us at 444-4919 or
Visit us at acbonline.com to learn more. Start, manage, expand your business today.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, so no. Fully 1 week. Nah. Telling you. You them boss dragon. Hello. You see that? About 10 let them make a order them. Me a 38 man. But you man 92. Yeah. You the number one rum man. That is it. No what? Nice. Yeah. You number one. Yeah, me too.
Whether sipped neat, mixed into a classic cocktail, or savored on the rocks, our rum delivers a taste that captivates and satisfies. Choose greatness. Choose Classcoat, the number one rum. Produced by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Served Grenada for decades. We are the number one and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please. Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet? Yes, multi-X, all of them. Smart. Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong. Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily Pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Rebecca Television Center, Grenada's healthcare system is set to benefit from a strengthened emergency response framework following a 2-day workshop which brought together experts to discuss improving hospital preparedness. Rena Thomas tells us more.
The Ministry of Health, with support from the OECS and the funding from the World Bank, has concluded a 2-day consultation which focused on strengthening emergency response in Grenada's hospitals. Approximately 20 junior and senior healthcare professionals participated in discussions on the current emergency response framework and ways to enhance it. OECS Regional Health Coordinator Colin Jones highlighted the importance of this initiative.
The Ministry is having a 2-day EMS consultations
It is one that is done under the OECS Regional Health Project funded by the World Bank. It is to enhance the emergency response of the Ministry of Health. The discussions are basically targeted at the Ministry of Health and wider stakeholders who would depend on that, the Ministry of Health emergency system. Okay, so the information gathered here, what the ministry will be doing is using it to enhance the emergency medical framework for the country, national emergency medical framework for the country.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles outlined the 5 key pillars discussed.
5 pillars. There are 5 pillars have already been discussed. It started off with looking at governance of the system. Then we looked at equipment. We looked at communication. I think now what is being discussed now is maybe public information and addressing the awareness of the public on these issues. I think there are another 2 pillars remaining to be discussed, which we hope to complete by the end of the day.
Dr. Charles also noted that the feedback from participants has been overwhelmingly positive.
I think so far we have received some very good feedback on the way forward, and hopefully the outcome of this is an improved system, right? And this is going to happen in a stepwise manner, and this is just the start of.
Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Newly elected president of Grenada Public Workers Union, Daisy Hazard, said one of her priorities is to meet with senior public officers. Christina John has this report.
Public workers in Grenada on Wednesday elected Daisy Hazard as the new person to head one of the island's largest public sector bargaining bodies, the Public Workers Union, the PWU, for the next 2 years. Hazard defeated her opponent, Fimber Thomas, in the election. An estimated 5,000 public sector employees placed their ballots, and in an interview earlier today, Hazard thanked the membership for their support.
I feel immensely and tremendously blessed this morning. It's a blessing. I also feel highly honored and humbled by the trust and the confidence and the validation that the membership of the PWU has reposed in me. I know that both teams that contested the elections put in a lot of work, went out there, stomped with the members, listened to members, and I just want to thank all members who came forward to vote.
President-elect Hazard said it is important to meet upfront with senior managers.
There are so many firsts on my agenda going forward because every single workplace, every niche, every group that you visit says, I need you as soon as you get in. Bring in my first orders of business, obviously, would be to pay my compliments to the administration, to the government and people of Grenada, and to directly liaise with the CABSEC, because my intention is to have a meeting with all senior managers and PSs across the service. I believe it is important to establish and re-establish that level of relationship and accord with senior management, with the CABSEC in the position of president. So that's critical for me.
Having been a member of the executive in the role as public relations officer, Hazard said she has a greater sense of how the organization needs to develop. The PWU president-elect added that it is critically important for her to sit with her new executive to craft, strategize, and plan how to articulate and implement the executive term to ensure alignment with their vision and mission. The new president said now that she is in the hot seat, members can be assured of that uncompromised representation. Hazard said her work speaks for itself.
First on the agenda, members have indicated that they do not feel the outreach of the union enough. So very first on my agenda would be to put mechanisms in place to immediately uptick on that. So from week 1 of my presidency, members should be able to begin to report that they're feeling the presence of the PWU in the workplace, that they're feeling a higher level of direct and one-on-one communication. Also, the resurgence and building back of the arms of the union, that's critically important. The shop steward arm is highly functional, but we have to ensure that across every single workplace, among units, there are shop stewards.
The organization is preparing for its annual general meeting on March 27th, 2025. Christelina John, GBN News.
We'll be back to report the sports news. Stay close.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brandon, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches, but the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
Good evening, sporting fans. 20 teams will compete in the 2025 Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce Inter-Sector Windball Cricket Competition. The tournament will bowl off on Monday with 2 matches at the Montrouge playing field. Airport Strikers will come up against GCBL Gold Strikers, while GUT Teachers will lock horns with Royalton. The competition will bowl off with a march past of the participating teams. Police are the defending champions. Still talking cricket, the Grenada Cricket Association will bowl off its club's T20 competition during the week. Making a return after 5 years, the 11 teams will play out of 2 zones, competing for $10,000 along with other category prizes. Second Vice President of the Grenada Cricket Association, Raphael Crony, outlines the format.
The venues would be both Lassages and Progress Park. So we'd have the 2 zones being played at a time, one at Lassages, one at Progress Park. So one of the zones will be 6 teams, and the other one would be 5 teams. So coming out of that first preliminary games, we're going to select the top 4 teams in each of the zones. Will come out, we'll have a quarterfinals, and then we go into the semifinals, and then we have the finals. So it's quite a lot of cricket to be played.
Crony said the new format allows teams to participate in more matches.
As you would realize, previous years we would have had this tournament where we had it on a knockout basis, meaning that you could play a game, one game, and you go to the tournament, and that's the end of it. Having been able to pay the registrar register, you go and play one game, and you lose and you're out of it. So this time around, we have done it differently, in that we have given team the opportunity to play at least 4 games in the tournament. So I think this is a plus in terms of the opportunity for you to play quite a number of games. So again,
the tournament was launched yesterday. Amilcar George spoke on behalf of the main sponsor, the National Lotteries Authority.
I take my hats off to the GCA, and the NLA is pleased to have partnered with you in this initiative. We'll be here till the end, and we ask other locals to come out and support this tournament to the end too. And as the President said, soon we hope to have more seasons or more initiatives like these, which would see cricket and sport grow.
National Jams is set for March 15 and 16 at the Karani James Athletic Stadium, and Ariza Credit Union is thrilled to be part of the excitement. So who will take the top spot and make history? Get ready to cheer, celebrate, and support the future champions. The 2025 event promises to be a fierce display of athleticism as top athletes from across Grenada vie for spots on Grenada's Carifta team and secure the gold trophy for their clubs. Celebrating over a decade of partnership, Ariza continues to play an instrumental role in supporting Grenada's youth development through sports, providing athletes with a platform to showcase their skills and commitment. Ariza has increased its sponsorship of the event by $10,000 to $50,000 in 2025. The event will run off at 1 in the afternoon. So, of course, it has increased its support by $10,000. So it's now supporting the event in the sum of $50,000. That's the sports news for now. Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley said if a sensible agreement cannot be reached in the ongoing U.S.-Cuba debacle affecting Cuban medical professionals, she will take a principled approach. She said there are none currently in Barbados, but notes the country could not have gotten through the pandemic without their help.
I will also be the first to tell you that we paid them the same thing that we pay Bajans, and that the notion, as was peddled not just by this government in the US, but the previous government, that we were involved in human trafficking by engaging with the Cuban nurses was fully repudiated and rejected by us. Now, I don't believe that we have to shout across the seas, but I am prepared, like others in this region, that if we cannot reach a sensible agreement on this matter, then if the cost of it is the loss of my visa to the US, then so be it.
Panama said the U.S. has no claim to the Panama Canal after President Donald Trump repeated his intention to seize waterway control. Roughly 40% of all U.S. container traffic passes through the Panama Canal. President Trump has accused Panama of breaching the treaty that governs the canal.
It's been 25 years since Panama took over the U.S.-built Panama Canal. And there was never a dispute until now.
It was given away by the Carter administration for $1, but that agreement has been violated very severely. We didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
But how much of this is based on fact? Adolfo Ahumada helped negotiate the Canal Treaty.
To begin with, the canal zone was not a gift. There was never a $1 payment. It was the outcome of a historic struggle of several generations of Panamanians to recover sovereignty of a state operating within our state.
Claims that the Panama Canal Neutrality Treaty was violated because of a Chinese company leasing 2 of its ports is now a moot point, since the company has just been bought by BlackRock, a U.S. multinational. But while this has not satisfied President Donald Trump, the canal administrator remains firm.
We have not violated the terms and conditions of the Panama Canal treaties. The Chinese issue on the terminal ports is a non-issue, because that is not part of the operation of the Panama Canal. That is a commercial issue and has been resolved as a commercial issue.
There is only one article in the Panama Canal treaties that gives the U.S. a direct role, and that is if the neutrality of this waterway is at risk. Neutrality is defined as the inability of all ships of all flags to be able to use this waterway. Only in that case, the United States has the responsibility to come to the aid of the canal to restore that neutrality. The government is adamant that there's no legal basis to reclaim the canal, which it insists belongs only to Panama. Former President Aristides Royo agrees.
The only way that the United States has to take back the canal is by force, not by law, no by any clause of the treaties, only by force.
The last time the U.S. used military force in Latin America was in 1989 in Panama to overthrow its then military strongman. Whether this dispute will be settled through diplomacy, pressure, or force is the question. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Panama City, Panama.
We'll be right back. A reminder of the headlines if you're just tuning into the news. Members of the Senate to debate the $2025 billion budget from Tuesday, March 18. Member of Parliament Ron Redhead calls on Dr. Keith Mitchell to apologize to Parliament. Newly elected Public Workers Union President Daisy Hazard speaks of plans for the PWU membership. Also in the news, regionally, Barbados' Prime Minister Mia Amor Motley weighs in on U.S. stance on Cuban medical professionals' debacle. Internationally, Donald Trump vows U.S. will seize control of Panama Canal, alleging treaty breach. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada Cricket Association launches club's T20 tournament, while GCIC to bowl off intersector cricket from next Monday. Looking forward to it. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's all from us in the newsroom. Thank you for having chosen the newscast. Take care. Good night.